Microphone check. 1, 2. You are now tuned into the network, bruh. Sorry, the network.
Bruh.
The YouTube channel that takes complex networking topics and dumbs it down on more simple language. And today we are doing another EIGRP lab. It is going to be EIGRP version 6, which, as you know, is the IPv6 version of. There I am. The IPv6 version of EIGRP. We're going to get this lab going here. We are going to be using Boson Netsim. A little quick lab again. This is going to be the online version again. And in case you guys don't know, they are running a Black Friday sale. Use the code CYBER22, all caps right there, CYBER22. You get 30% off. So that's a pretty good deal there. Yeah, I know normally I believe it's like, I don't know, $170 or something like that for the whole course or whatever. And as you can see, they got the CCNA version, they got the CCNA labs, they got the Encore labs, they got the NRC labs, which is the one I'm working on right now. And then they obviously got the exam simulators as well. So they got network simulator and the exam simulator. They got a whole bunch of practice labs too. They get, if you want to try it out too, visit Boson.com and go to where you get the free version. I believe right there, free tools or probably downloads. You got to go to for it. Let me see. You go to downloads and you got to log in to do that. Maybe I don't know. That's probably. Let me see. Free tools. Launch now. No. No. You probably got to go to. You probably got to log in to get the practice version. So you go ahead and log in to. Geez, where was that? I'm over here. Log in. And again, we did again. They're doing again. The code is Cyber22, and you could they doing that Black Friday sale. It looks like they're doing it up until the 28th, and they just started it today. So make sure you visit those folks. This is the application I've been using on my streams here. That's not what I wanted to log into. I wanted to do the web login for the application, which was here. We're signed in there, and they got this little pop-up lab right here. Close this bad boy. Let's see, file. Let's see. Shout out to DJ Shahid. Say, yo, I got the job. I am now a NOC technician. Thank you, man. Man, appreciate that, man. Congratulations to you, though, man. It ain't on me. I don't know what kind of help I gave you. Maybe some of my videos helped you. The CCNA videos. Is my stream frozen there? Let me know, because it looked like it's frozen. I see on the preview screen there. Let me see. Yeah, I look like I'm frozen there. Look at that. I see. That's all I see right there. Y'all let me know. I might have to, let me see. Deactivate, reactivate. Yeah, that looks a little bit better right there. So, close that bad boy. Yeah, y'all let me know if y'all can see me now, because it looked like it was frozen. But yeah, shout out to DJ Shahid, man. You are now not technician. Yeah, don't stay there too long though, man. Congratulations on that job. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna have you just monitoring alerts and stuff like that. And the engineers, when they're working on stuff, they just asking you, hey, are we still getting alerts on whatever? And then you got to 9 times out of 10, you're contacting the ISP to check on the circuits and stuff like that. It's froze. We good. Okay, appreciate that. So yeah, but yeah, congrats on that job, man. You might not be configuring too many things or anything like that. They'll just have you do a lot of monitoring, do a lot of show commands, that kind of stuff. But use that to get your foot in the door. Don't stay there too long, and keep studying your certs, man. Keep studying for certs. Not necessarily just for certs, but those will definitely help you. At least study for them. You don't have to take the exams if you don't want to, but they will usually help you get into the door to at least the interview. So that's why it's good to get certs. So we are doing the lab. Let's see. It's an NRC labs, the layer 3 lab. We did EIGRP version 6. No, we did this one right here last week. Today we're gonna do this one. If we got time, we'll do the second one. I don't know. I seen that one. I was like, let me knock this out real quick, man. But because we only got 3 routers here, and we're just putting them in EIGRP, where we're not doing any configuring of the IP addresses. Thank God, because y'all know those IPv6 addresses are long as hell, man.
No, God.
But yeah. So yeah, man. Shout out to DJ Shaheed, man. I'm glad. What kind of like was it my videos that helped, or let me know how the interview go and things like that. Like I said, I know you said thank you, but I'm not the one that went in there and got the job. You did. So congrats to you. But and I'm glad whatever help I gave you, I'm glad that helped you out. Whether it's my old videos or me motivating you or whatever the case may be. But yeah, let us know how the interview went and things like that, man. I wanted to read to y'all. Let a couple of people tune in. Y'all know I like to stream right at the 10-minute mark, or live right at the 10-minute mark. Give it some people to catch my feed. Some people that might not even know who I am might just stumble onto my feed. So that's why I kind of wait for a little bit, let them tune in and stuff like that. Anyways, while you're here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if this is the first time you're tuned in. But I wanted to. This is what I seen. Yeah, 2 Estonians. I had to even Google where that country was. Does anybody know where Estonia is? Because I don't. 2 Estonians arrested for running 575 million crypto Ponzi scheme.
FBI, open up!
2 Estonian nationals were arrested in Estonia on Sunday after being indicted in the U.S. for running a massive cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme that led to more than $575 million in losses. Oh my God, man! And I got something to kind of admit to y'all too after tell y'all about this right here though. The defendants, 37-year-olds Sergei Potapinko and Ivan Turogin, are accused of defrauding hundreds of thousands of victims together with 4 other co-conspirators residing in Estonia, Belarus, and Switzerland between December 2013 and August 2019. So that's roughly 6 years they've been running this scheme, right? Yeah, about 6 years. Which usually it takes about, that's about the average time for, a Ponzi scheme or some sort of, what's been going on now, what they've been calling now, crypto exit scams is what they've been calling them. That's about the average time. They say they last about, I don't know, 2 to 8 years or something like that. So that's why it really varies. But you can make some money off of it. But like I said, it's like a house of cards that's ready to fall. They allegedly funneled victims' funds through a complex network of shell companies, bank accounts, virtual asset services, and cryptocurrency wallets designed to help them launder the money.
FBI, open up!
Starting in December 2013, they ran a company named Hashcoins OU that imported and assembled other companies' cryptocurrency mining hardware instead of manufacturing its own as advertised. After failing to deliver equipment paid in advance and to avoid refunding payments, the defendants tricked customers who had already paid for mining hardware into signing up for remote mining contracts, cloud mining, through a new cryptocurrency mining service they called Hashflare. I guess their own iteration of a Cloudflare. Launched in February 2015, those who agreed to the scheme were promised to receive rights under mining contracts entitling the customer to a percent of the profits from a pooled remote mining operation, according to the indictment. Instead, Potapinko and Turogin operated Hashflare as a massive Ponzi scheme where the cryptocurrency returns and balances were fraudulent. So you sitting here looking at your balance, and it may be going up or whatever the case may be, but it's fraud. It's not even, that's how they be getting people, man. To conceal this fact, when investors submitted requests to withdraw their mining proceeds, defendants either resisted making payments or paid off the investors using virtual currency. Defendants had simply purchased on the open market as opposed to currency generated by genuine mining operations, court documents say. Man.
Bruh.
Revolutionary digital crypto banking. They went on and how they did it. They talked about the I guess the organizations that were involved, how they raised the money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, the 2 are charged with 16 counts of wire fraud, one count of conspiracy to commit money laundering, and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. If convicted, each one of them each of them faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. I got something to admit to y'all, man. I invested in one of these, man, and not too long ago. I'm not gonna say which one it is or anything like that. And I didn't get defrauded just yet. I'm like trying to withdraw my money and stuff like that. Not just because of the FTX thing, but I was just like, man, I was actually making money off of it. You know what I mean? I was like, let me get back in this and try to make some more. But you know, like I said, just like, and that's investing with anything, even in anything legit. Any investing is a risk, right? So I'm gonna put it to y'all like this: it's just that it's up to you, obviously, to know whether something is legit or not. And crypto is just one of those things that's it's deregulated. There's no rules in place to really, to stop things like this from happening. So that's why we see stories like this all the time, man. And here's one of them. Anybody know where Estonia is? I really didn't. Deshaun Middleton, appreciate that for tuning in. Appreciate you for tuning in. Shout out to you. He said, I've worked at an ISP for over a decade, just studying for CCNA now. Oh, that's what's up, man. I mean, you must know your stuff and everything like that. You don't really need certifications, but it's obviously it's if you have the knowledge. There's a lot of smart people that have no certifications. I've known this engineer. He's been in the field for, I don't remember how long he was, but at the time he was in it for like 7 years or something like that. You can throw him any kind of question that'll be on these exams, but he don't have none of the certs. So don't feel for that, but or feel bad for that. But if you're at least studying for them, for me it gives me a sense of worth and a sense of accomplishment. And on top of that, it's a good bragging points for a resume and stuff like that. You can say I've got the certification, but obviously you want to have the knowledge. So otherwise, you'd just be considered a paper cert or paper CCNA or whatever the case may be. But if you're just now studying for it, shout out to you. Stay tuned to this channel. I've been doing a lot of labs for CCNA, CCNP, and stuff like that. And maybe one day for the CCIE and stuff like that. But for now, I just like streaming what my learning journey and stuff like that. DJ Shahid said, my advice: apply to every job. Yeah, even if you feel like you're not qualified, apply. I agree with that. He says, seriously, yeah, I definitely will. Appreciate the advice, and thank you, NetworkBruh, for the videos. They are helpful with my CCNA studies. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I had started a course for the CCNA, and I think I stopped at 1.5 or something like that. But there was some the wireless stuff that I did in section 2 and section 5. So I jumped around, and then I kind of stopped doing those. I just been doing these live streams because they're a lot more fun and stuff like that. Update your resume too. Yep, agreed with that for sure. So let's go ahead and get started with this lab. Again, this is EIGRP v6. It is the IPv6 flavor of EIGRP. What can we say about it? It's very similar to EIGRP, except instead of when we create the routing process, it's a lot easier than the IPv4 version. We could just put our interfaces, explicitly, just by going on the interface and saying, hey, you're participating in EIGRP, rather than having to do network statements and making sure the wildcard masks and stuff like that match and stuff like that, and the network masks match. So that's why it's a lot easier to do it that way. Let's get these windows going here. Load this lab. Retrieving. Guess I should have started that when I was your course was awesome, bro. Appreciate that, man. I didn't really start a course. I started some videos, but I was trying to do sort of a course. But I'm not really certified as a teacher or anything like that. But I just teach what I know. But I see a lot of people always comment on my channels like, "Yo, man, these videos helped me out. It cleared it up for me." So it's guys like you that motivate me to keep doing them. But I wouldn't necessarily call it a course. I just teach what I know and make it simple as possible. Like right now, me and my daughter. She's 7 years old. I'm teaching her how to learn Spanish. Like we got the flashcards and stuff like that, and I picked the ones that got the colors, and that's how she's learning. I got the app Duolingo, and I'm trying to learn Spanish because her mom is Spanish, but she don't really know Spanish, so we're learning together. And I'd use these funny analogies to help her learn the language and stuff like that. So that's just how I am. We was just literally doing some Spanish flashcards right now. He said, you need a Udemy course. You don't know how many people that told me that, man. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys know David Bombal. He personally hit me up on DM. It was he DM'd me. It was you need to start a course now, ASAP. And I'm like, man. And when he told me that, I probably did 5 videos that week. But it's just a lot of work, man. Y'all don't understand. To come up with the PowerPoints, make sure you know everything, and then try to teach it, man. It's like it's hard. So that's why it's a lot easier for me to just do these labs and just kind of freestyle it, you know. So these are the commands and stuff, right? We obviously we know configure terminal to get into it. The enable mode and stuff like that. This right here is how we turn on EIGRP. IPv6, because remember, IPv6 is not turned on by default. IPv6 routing. This command right here is how we put. Actually, this one is how we put an interface in EIGRP in IPv6. We can also shut down the process. I don't know if you could do that with IPv6. We could shut down EIGRP. No, actually, this is no shut. How you enable the interface. There's also a shutdown command. You can shut down the routing process for EIGRP. I'll show y'all, but they don't ask us to do that. Task number 1. What is an IPv6 unicast address? It's an address that we use to shit. Hold on.
You stupid.
When we need to broadcast, not broadcast, as opposed to broadcast when we're sending like packets to a whole bunch of routers. Unicast is obviously uni, like a uni bicycle, right? Or a uni bike, right? We're just sending it to just one receiver. So it's an address that requires traffic from one receiver or sending to one receiver. I hope I'm explaining that right. But let's see. This is what I love about this app. If I'm not explaining it right, we could just go down, scroll to the back of the book and see enable EIGRPv6. An IPv6 unicast address is an identifier for a single, like I was saying, single like unibike or unicycle instead of a bicycle, right? Is a single for a single interface on a single node. So just one device. That's why we have a unicast address. You must first enable IPv6 routing before you enable the process. Let me move that over so that way y'all could just see the topology we're gonna be working with. Oh, let me do this too. Let me do this. Hold on. Now, give me a second here. Let me get that window going. This window going. Hold on. I forgot to do this part. Take a screenshot of the topology because y'all know I like to do my little annotations. There's also a second EIGRPv6 lab here too.
5 minutes later.
Give me a second, man. Chill. SpongeBob. Get paint job right here. My little paint job. Bloop. And then do we want to zoom in like this? Yeah, let's just zoom in like that. Once I'm ready to draw. And then these are the networks we're working with, right? Let me get paint. Red. Yeah, I go see my daughter's gonna pop up here a little bit in a second here. It's holiday weekend and stuff, so or holiday week. Obviously, we're gonna put these 3 routers in the EIGRP. The IPv6 addresses have already been configured. Thank God, because these motherfuckers are so long, man. So we ain't gotta type those in. Let's get the. I'm gonna pop out let me pop out the document so that way I can see and look at the same time. I mean, see and look. Let me get this guy going too.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
So I can see and look. Pop out the lab document. That's what I wanted to do, and then bring the windows so y'all can see the labs. All right, move this over. Actually, I can close this. Read the article to y'all already. He said, telling you it would change the game, bruh. That's what's up. Que bueno. Yeah, que bueno, right? How great. I am I'm trying to learn Spanish, man. I'm on like an 81-day streak with Duolingo right now. 81 days of learning, man. So this is what we wanted to do. Bring this over and I can have a map. I mean the steps over here so I can read them. And then we'll go. So they said the first question was on router 1, enable unicast routing, right? IPv6 enable IPv6 unicast routing, basically to turn on IPv6. We already know that, right? Go to global config mode. They said the password is Cisco, and we know Professor Black Ops, if he's over there, he hates that password right there because it's all lowercase. It's too easy. It doesn't have special characters. Let's bring this up. It's IPv6 unicast routing. It's how you turn on IPv6 on a router. It's not on by default. IPv4, it is on by default, right? You just do IP routing, and that turns on routing, but that's already on by default for IPv4, right? The next thing they want us to do is to enable the IPv6 or IP. Jesus Christ, there's so many damn acronyms. EIGRP version 6 routing process. Use 10 as the AS number, right? We just say IPv6 router EIGRP AS number is 10, right? Because when we group, same thing as EIGRP, when we group these routers together, we put them in ASs, right? So like when these two routers are going to be speaking in EIGRP together, they got to be in the same, not only same network, like the network prefix, they got to be in the same network. Their interfaces have to be on the same network. We also have to have the same AS number. In this case, they said put them in AS10 before they start, speaking in EIGRP together. We did the process. Next thing they want us to do was to configure the appropriate router ID, refer to the IP address table. So his IP ID, router ID is going to be 1.1.1.1, or actually, he is 1.1.1. He is 3.3.3, and he is 2.2.2. I'm not going to write all that, right? Because remember, when they speak in the EIGRP, they say hello to each other. And then they say, my router ID is blah, 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 blah. And that's how they identify themselves, right? How do we do that? We just say router ID. He's router 1, so he's at 1.1.1.1, they said. We can verify our work with what? Show IPv6 protocols, and we'll see right there. That's my router ID. That also starts the routing process too, by the way. We need to put some interfaces in the EIGRP as well. They said from EIGRP version 6 router configuration mode, enable the routing process. That I don't understand right there. I don't understand right there because we already turned it on, as we can see right there, and we already put the gave them a router ID. But let me see what they wanted us to do with that step right there, because I think when you do this part right here, this turns on the IPv6 routing process. If not, then this actually turns it on when you actually give him a router ID. Because if he doesn't have any if he doesn't have any IPv4 addresses configured, then he's not going to have a router ID. Let me see what they wanted us to do. I just wanted to see. Oh, you got to do a no shut. That's why. That's interesting. You know what? I'm going to try that without the no shut. Next thing they want us to do is, because see, I'll show y'all real quick. Y'all know how we do no shut with interfaces, right? If you go back to the routing process, router EIGRP 10, you can shut down the routing process like that. They said to enable it by doing no shut like this, but I didn't do that yet, right? So I'm gonna see if it actually stays on. On router 1, specify that all interfaces are configured with an IPv6 address be advertised by EIGRP version 6. That's a long acronym right there. Let's do this. Show IPv6 interface brief, and we'll see. Let me widen this so y'all can see better. Let me look at the preview there too. So I want to make sure y'all can see. Yeah, let's do it this way, because my window be in the way. Deshaun said that's dope, bro. I have a 177-day streak. Wow, Jesus Christ, man! 170 days. That's crazy, man.
Boom. Bam. Bop. Bada bop. Boom. Pow.
Here I am over here bragging about my 81 days or 82 days. He got 170 days, 177 days. What language you learning, man? That's what's up, man. Specify all interfaces. So we got to go. This router is up, has an IPv6 address configured. This interface, that interface is up, has an IPv6 address configured, and so does he. So the loopback, serial 00, and FA00 all need to be configured in EIGRP version 6. We just go to global config mode. We say interface. Let's do the loopback first, 0, and then we say IPv6 EIGRP 10. That puts him. See how much easier it is rather than those network statements. It's just easier to just go to the interface, say participate in EIGRP, and then give them the AS number. So we got to do the same thing for serial 00 and FA00. So interface serial. Serial. Oops. Come on, man.
Come on now, dog.
Serial.
Come on, man.
6 EIGRP 10, and then the other one was FA0/0, right? 0/0, and then let me make sure. Yeah, FA00. and then IPv6, EIGRPv10, and that puts all of these interfaces. Let's verify our work with show IPv6 protocols, and now we got those 3 interfaces participating in EIGRP process number 10, right? And then we got router ID. So that's the 3 things we got to make sure we got to check. The process, the AS number, he has a router ID, and the interfaces. Let's go to router 2, do the same thing. Enable. Password is CISCO. That's for Professor Blackops whenever he pops up. Deshaun said, Espanol, my Spanish is basic as fuck though. Psh, me too. Who you telling? I just like learning and I want to keep my streak going. You're at 81. You're halfway to me. Yeah, man. I'm trying, man. Go to global config mode. We got to turn on IPv6. IPv6 unicast routing. That turns it on. And then we'll give him the router ID. Oh, no, we got to turn on EIGRP first. So IPv6 router EIGRP process number 10. And then from here, I'm not going to do the no shut yet because I want to see how if it actually works without it. Now we're put our interfaces. Let's see what interfaces need to participate. IPv6 interface brief. We have these 2 that are up. The FA00, and then the loopback. See, I'll show y'all real quick. Router 2, right? Router 2, the FA00. So here's router 2. He's right over here. That's router 2. We need to put this interface in EIGRP, and then the loopback that's actually on here. He's on there virtually, right? So he'll get that. I guess that's what a loopback, if a loopback looks like one, right? There's actually a loopback plug. Y'all know that? A physical loopback plug. Have you ever seen that? I know loopbacks are virtual, but for anybody, any old school heads know there's actually a loopback plug. So that's where they get that from. FA00 and the loopback, right? So go to global config mode, interface FA0/0. We say IPv6, EIGRP 10, and then same thing with the loopback interface. There it goes. So now we got a neighbor. We got a message right there that says we have an EIGRP neighbor. Serial. I'm sorry, not the serial. The loopback. After all that talk with the loopback there.
You are so dumb.
IPv6,
You are really dumb.
EIGRP
For real.
10. And then, so now we've got, let's verify our work, show IPv6 protocols. We have the AS number. We didn't give him a router ID. But notice he has this router ID, 160.10.1.2. Anybody know why? We needed to give him an IP address of what? 2.2.2.2 is what they said. I'm kind of skipping because I'm remembering what they wanted us to do by looking at all of this stuff right here. If we do a show IP, not IPv6, but IP interface brief, we'll see we got some loopback. I mean, we have this configured with an IPv4 address. IPv6 actually uses an IPv4 address for the router ID when it comes to EIGRP. So the reason why he picked that is because that is one that is configured. We don't have a loopback. We've got a loopback. We have a IPv6 loopback, a loopback 0 that is configured with an IPv6 address, but not one that's IPv4. I mean, what was I going to say? We do have one for IPv4. What am I talking about? What I meant to say is, no, we don't have one. He's not assigned. What happens is, for EIGRP to select the router ID, if he has a loopback address with an IPv4 address on it, that's what he's going to pick as his router ID. And that's the reason why I did that. That's the reason why I did that. It does not pick this long ass, and it's probably the reason why these long ass addresses as a router ID, because that is way too long to remember all of that, man. But anyways, let's go ahead and change his router ID. Go to global config mode. We say IPv6 router EIGRP 10, and we say router ID. He's 2.2.2.2. And now we do a show IPv6 protocols, and now he got the router ID of 2.2.2. So that's why I'm glad we check our work. Right now we go to router 3 and 4, do the same thing. But let me move a little bit faster. Oops, my bad. IPv6 turn on routing process. My bad. Unicast routing, and then IPv6 EIGRP. Oops, my bad. Router EIGRP 10. Then wash, rinse, repeat here, right? Router ID key is gonna be 3.3.3.3. Did we have a router 4 on the topology? We don't have a router 4 on this. Oh, we do have one, but he's over here, and we're not going to touch him. I don't think. Let me see. I don't think we're going to touch him. Yeah. So the topology has all of these guys. All of these guys. The frame relay plus the router 4, but we're only working with these guys over here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3. We have what they had is they added the other one over here with the cloud, and then the other router over here. But we not messing with these guys, right? So that's what it was there. Back to router. Who was it? 3. We gave him a router ID. Let's do those interfaces. Let's see what router 3 needs. We need router 3 needs the serial and probably his loopback, right? Let's see. Show. Oops. Shit, right? Show IPv6 interface brief. And then we got the loopback and the serial showing enough, right? I'm going to go fig mode. We say interface serial 0/0 IPv6. Make sure y'all hit me that like button and a subscribe button. And a subscribe button. IPv. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do IPv6 EIGRP process number 10. Same thing with the loopback. And now he got a neighbor. So now these two guys right here, bling, 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 bling. But these two guys are now EIGRP neighbors, right? That's what happened right there. That's what this message right here let us know. We said we got to put the loopback. So loop 0. We got to make him participate in EIGRP by doing this, EIGRP 10 like that. Let's verify our work with show snow IPv6 protocols. That's the router ID. That's the process number, and then the 2 interfaces that we need to participate in EIGRP. So I think we're good there. So they said on router 2, they said repeat steps 2, 3, and 2 through 6, which we just did. On router 3, repeat the steps, which we just did. So now we can go to task 2. We might be able to just go to the next lab if it's not too long, because y'all know I got to tend to my daughter and stuff like that. Verify the EIGRP version 6 configuration. Router 3. Go to router 3. We're on router 3. In this task, you will verify the configuration of the verb statistics related to the EIGRP version 6 routing protocol configuration you performed. On router 3, display the dynamic routing protocols that are running. We just did that. Show IPv6 protocols. We also could do show IP protocols. That shows you the version 4 protocols, and there's none running. So that's why we had to do version 6. What are we running? EIGRP. Display on router 1. Go to router 1. He is over here, right? This guy right here. Router 1. They said go on to him. And they said display the EIGRP neighbor table. Show IP EIGRP neighbors. Like that. We look at our neighbors. We don't have any. Possibly because we do have to oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. You know why? Y'all see why I don't have no neighbors when I did this, right? Does anybody know why? Anybody know why? I think y'all know why. Because I got to do show IPv6 EIGRP neighbors like this right here. And then that shows the neighbors. That's the reason why. Because this is for version 4. That's for version 6. On router 1, display the EIGRP topology database. How do we do that? Show IPv6 EIGRP topology. Very similar to the other commands, right? For IPv4. What they want to know here. They just want us to display it. They didn't ask no questions or anything like that. But notice, just by looking at this, is very similar to version 4 version. This tells us we have one successor. The feasible distance is that. That basically says we have the best route. This is the best route to it, to this network. The feasible distance is there. What is the net? What is the network? I guess that's just the network. We have one successor to it, and it's connected via loopback 0. This one has one successor. It's this right here. And we also have, I think these are the link local routes to those networks as well. I think that's what that is. I can't remember. I would have thought, yeah, there's one successor. I think if you do all links, that tells you if you have more, right? Show all links like that. No, that just gives you just the successors also. Oh well, anyways. What does the EIGRP topology database contain? Like I said, the successors, the feasible distance, also gives you the feasible distance right there, and then the second one is the reported distance, also known as the, I think, advertised distance. I think those go hand in hand, right? Make sure y'all hit me that like button. What does router 1, display all routes, both successor and feasible successor routes learned by the router, which we just did with the show IPv6 by adding the all links keyword. That shows you the routes as well as the successor routes. I mean, as well as feasible successor routes. In other words, like backup routes, really. On router 3, display the IPv6 router table. So we go to router 3. Right? Router 3, he is this guy at the bottom, right? Yeah, that's router 3. They say they want us to look at his routes on how to get to these networks over here, right? Go to there, just to show IPv6 route. Those are the routes right there. What do you want to know? What is the administrative distance, or AD, for EIGRP version 6? How we can tell? It's usually the first number in these two brackets right here. So notice we got a set of brackets here, set of brackets there, set of brackets there, set of brackets there. The feasible distance, if you notice, all the ones that are D, right? It's 90, just like EIGRP version 4. So it's 90. That's the feasible, administrative distance rather. And then this would be, I believe, the feasible distance. Or that's the metric. I'm sorry. That's the metric, and this is the administrative distance. That's what that is. Y'all any questions or anything so far? Y'all let me know. Let me know. We almost done. We're going to wrap this one up. I'm going to take a look at the lab, and then maybe we can run through that one too. From router 3, ping router 1's serial 00 interface. Then they want us to ping router 2's FA00 interface. Are the ping successful? So from router 3, this guy right here at the bottom, right? Let me go to this color. From this guy, they said they want us to ping router 1's serial 00 interface. This guy. Well, he's directly connected, so of course we're going to be able to get to that, right? Right, from router 3 to router 1's serial 00 interface. Yeah. And then they said they want us to ping router 2's FA00 interface. So after we ping that, they want us to ping this as well from there. So we're going to ping this, and then we're going to ping that right there. So, and then we'll call it night. Well, maybe let's take a look at the other one too. Ping IPv6. The address was 2001 colon DB8 colon. That's why I hate configuring IPv6 addresses. They be so long. It's so easy to make a typo. 2 colon 1 colon 1. We press enter, and we got a reply.
Boom, bam,
Do the same thing
bop,
on the next
bada
one.
bop, boom, pow.
IPv6. Now we're gonna do the other router 2001 colon DB. I think it's the same thing, but we added 2 at the end of it, right? 2. No, it's not. It's not the same thing. So let me go ahead and type it. DB8 colon 1 colon 1 colon 2. Press enter.
That was easy.
We got a reply. So we good to go there. I typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me see if we could knock out the other one. I'm gonna just go take a look at it, because like I said, I gotta attend to my daughter, but she's self-sufficient, and hold on, y'all. Let me just take a look. If it's too long, then we just go continue the stream tomorrow. It's loading. But yeah, I typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or 9. Lately it's been between 6 and 9 because of my schedule and stuff like that. It's loading.
5 minutes later.
Let's see. Oh, this ain't that bad. We might be able to knock this one out. Y'all want to do this? Let me take a screenshot of the lab, and then it looks pretty daunting, but let's knock this one out real quick. Let me take a screenshot of it, and then I'm gonna put it on the thing, so that way I've never done this one before, so I guess I'll kind of learn this with y'all, and then and if we don't know, right, that's what I love about this application. They got the answers at the back of the book, right? Like we did in elementary school and in high school and stuff. New, no, paste. That's how the lab looks like. It looks like we are going to be configuring EIGRP between probably those edge routers there at the bottom. Let me get my little marker going. Bloop, bloop. That's not the marker. That's the marker. Make it a little bit thicker. Right here. Let's see what they want us to do here. Give me a second while I take a look. See. Let's pop out the lab document. We're gonna do this last lab here and then call it a night. Let me bring the routers so y'all can see them. Bring them over here. Y'all know I got 2 windows over here. All right, so we got, looks like we got P1R1, R2, R3, R4, which are these guys right here, right? So yeah, it looks like we're gonna be configuring it between these guys, just as I predicted. We're gonna configure EIGRP or IPv6 addresses. Oh God.
No, God! No,
Configure
God,
to the
please,
backbone.
no! No!
It's not required.
No!
Okay.
No!
So I was reading that there. It says so configure connectivity to the backbone is not required. So we ain't got to worry about all this. We just got to worry about pretty much the internal network, right? But we got to configure IPv6 addresses, which I told y'all, man, they be so long, it's so easy to make a typo. So y'all bear with me here. IPv6 routing will be run on within pod 1, which is, it doesn't, does it say pod 1 here? I don't see where it says pod 1 over here. They don't say it. And let me make this a little bit thicker so y'all can see. It don't say, I guess this is pod 1, the internal. We got the edge right here. So and EIGRP routing are configured on the routers when you load the lab, blah 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 blah. Also, it looks like it's already configured. They just want us to enable IPv6 routing on these 4 routers here. So let's do that first. For anybody that's just watching or just tuned in, to turn on IPv6 routing. Oh, do we got the lab open twice here? Is that what's going on here? Probably got it open. Let me see. Oh, I forgot to grade the lab from the last lab. Let's take a look. Let me see. What's going on here? It ain't even, did it, is it grading? What's going on here, man? I guess it did. Whatever. I'm gonna close this one up. I already know I did. We already pinged the devices. We already know it worked. Go back to this guy. Let's go to P1R1. Enable IPv6 routing. We have to turn it on. Go to enable mode, go to global config mode. We said it's IPv6 routing, or actually IPv6 unicast routing that turns on IPv6, right? We got to do the same thing on all 4 routers, right? P1, R1, R2, R3, R4. Again, let me show y'all real quick. Did I move it? The map? Over here. These guys, right? R1, R2, and then at the bottom, R3 and R4. We're turning on IPv6 right here, right? So we have the same thing, R2, enable, go to global config mode, IPv6, unicast routing, do the same thing on R3, wash, rinse, repeat, right? Enable, go to global config mode, IPv6, unicast routing, same thing on router 4, enable, go to global config mode, IPv6, unicast routing, right? That turns on IPv6. Configure the routers to run CEF for IPv4, IPv version 6 rather. Okay, y'all know what CEF is, right? That's Cisco Express Forwarding. It's a way to fast switching, I think it is. To turn on, Jesus, I forgot what that is. Cisco Express Forwarding. I think it's just a way to, so that way you can process the packets by bypassing the CPU. I think that's what it is, if I remember correctly. If anybody wants to give me a quick rundown of what CEF is, but I think that's what it is. You're processing the packets without having, it's kind of like you create a cache of where the routes are and stuff like that for a specific, route or whatever, and then you bypass the CPU, and you just send the packets, is what you're doing with CEF, if I remember correctly. Let's see. I believe we'll probably just have to do configure the routers to run it. I guess this is a global mode, so we just say IPv6 CEF. Simple enough, right? I mean, that's just a guess for me.
That was easy.
Let me right-click. Question mark. Yeah, I guess that's what we got to do to turn on. So let's do that. Another thing I love about this application, yeah, I know, just like the back of the book, right? Do lab document real quick. Can you do it over here? Yes. Instead of going to the back of the book, they just got little eyeballs right here, and then you just show the solution. And sure enough, you got to turn it on by doing IPv6 CEF. So sometimes iOS can be intuitive. Sometimes it's not. Let me see. Jay Coley in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said, you get the air horn there. Right? He said, hey, NetworkBruh, I have been on your channel a few times over the year, so you could do a Udemy channel and make some money there. I think you would do well. Man, you about to, not to say that you're not special, but you like the 100th person that told me that, man. I've been meaning to do that, man, but I'm just like, it is, like I said, it's a lot of work, man, and I do a lot of work, and I got a daughter and stuff like that. I do want to make a course, I do, and they say that's the best way to kind of make, you know, a little bit of extra change and stuff like that online. I started some videos on my channel and stuff like that, and I treated it like a teaser, and some people would log in. I mean, left some comments and be like, "Where's the rest of the course?" or whatever, and I'm like, maybe I should just use that as a teaser to be like, "Hey, you got to power my channel, you know, buy the course on Udemy or something." But yeah, good point. I've had a lot of people that tell me that it's just easier for me to just live stream and do these labs. For me, that's just easier. But I will one day, maybe one day I'll you know, continue that course, man. Let's turn on IPv6 on the rest of these guys, right? IPv6 CEF. Same thing with this guy. IPv6 CEF. Oops, CEF. Press enter. Let me see if the addresses are configured though. Interface brief. They aren't. Jesus Christ.
No, God!
So yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that pretty soon here. But anyways, we'll be able to get through this real quick. IPv6 CEF, and then same thing on this guy. IPv6 CEF. Y'all don't let me. Don't forget to let me grade this lab. He said you have a great personality and are not boring like others. Man, appreciate that, man. I get that a lot, and that's what kind of inspired me to start this channel, because I like some of the guys on CBT Nuggets and stuff like that, but I was like, yeah, I would twist it, you know, I'll make it a little fun, man. But those guys are fun too. It's just yeah, I try to, you know, like with these sound effects and stuff like that.
346
I try to make it
minutes
entertaining,
later.
because you know, some of this stuff can really be boring. So verify the IPv6 configuration on the routers. How do we do that? We could just do show IPv6 IPv6 protocols. No.
You stupid.
How could we verify our work? Well, all we did was turn on IPv6 routing, and we also turned on CEF. I guess what we could do is just do show IPv6. I keep doing SIP for some reason. What else can we do to actually turn on and see what we've done so far? I guess CEF. That makes sense, right? Show IPv6 CEF. Yeah, there's nothing there. So, and I'm pretty sure we turned it on there, right? I mean, other than show run. But how else could we verify? How else could we verify the IPv6 configuration? We did IPv6 protocols. We definitely turned on routing, IPv6 routing. So, policy, I would think it's not, we didn't do any of that. Status configuration, we could do that. Status, show IPv6. No, it says, what do I see status at? Oh, just interface. Yeah, see, that's not what we're looking for.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.
We could do let's see. I can't even think of it. Let's see what they said the solution there, what they want us to do. Show IPv6 interface. Well, that's exactly what I did. Interesting. All right. Maybe because did they ask us to do the IP addresses yet? Let's see. Oh, that's what it was. Configure the appropriate IPv6 addresses, which I didn't do yet.
You are so dumb.
That's why.
You are really dumb.
Let's go ahead and do that. So let me make sure that I don't have no typos there. PR1, let me show y'all real quick. Go to lab document. We had to configure these IPv6 addresses. So that's what they wanted us to do here. That's what I'll do. All right, so let's go back to P1R1 and configure those guys first. So again, we're going to go on this router and configure. We'll go to P1R1. We're going to configure that interface, and that interface. Actually, I don't think we need to do this because this is that's IPv4, so we don't need to do that. Let's see though. So notice by doing all this, we turned on IPv6 routing, we turned on CEF, but there's no IPv6 process here until an interface, I guess, is configured with IPv6. So that's one thing to look at. Not necessarily. Nah, I think this would have turned it on. This right here would have turned it on. So let's do this. Show IP interface brief. Let's see. Do we have that loopback? Yeah, that loopback's already configured, so we ain't got to worry about that. We just got to worry about the serial. This guy right here. We just need to worry about the IPv6 addresses. That guy and that guy. And hopefully I don't make no typos. Let's get started. IPv6 interface. I'm sorry, interface serial 0/0, right? Yeah, they said 0. That just say 0. That's interesting. Oh, so it's just serial 0. Okay, whatever. IPv6 interface. I'm sorry, address. What am I doing here? It is 2. See, 2001 1 colon 0 colon 1 colon 0 colon 1. See there? Already got a typo. Enter. You back that up. Back that ass up. 0 colon. Let's see. 0 1 0 colon and then the 1 right there. Yeah, see? This really, you got to be really careful when you do this, man. Same thing with the interface FA00, oops, get out of this. Interface FA0/0 is IPv6 address is 2001 colon 0 colon 1 colon 1 colon 1/64. Do that.
346 minutes
I
later.
think we're gonna. Oh, I think we're good in that guy. Let's go to router 2 and configure his work. Actually, we can verify our work, right? Let's verify. Show like my last boss, right? IPv6 interface brief, and let's do a exclude unassigned. Can we do that? No, we can't. Let's just do this. Show IPv6 interface brief, and now we've got this is configured. Let me double check my work. Here. Did I do a /64? I did. I sure did. That's right. And then this don't look right here. That don't look right. Let me make sure. It was 0 1. Let me make sure. Okay, I think it probably concatenated it. That's probably what it did there. Where is it? 0 1 0. Yeah, that's what it did. Y'all remember what happens here, right? With the zeros, right? If there's a 0, I believe you can, it'll just it'll kind of concatenate it. That's what it does there. That's why. So because we had a 0 here, it just kind of like put all that together. I think that's what happened there, right? 2 1 1. Just want to triple check that. Yeah, I believe that's what happened there. All right. So, and that's what I said with IPv6 addresses, you got to be super careful, man. Go to global config mode. Interface. Now we got to go P1R2. This guy right here, right? P1R2. We got to configure this interface and that interface, right? Y'all see that? Interface serial 0. We say IPv6. Y'all make sure you hit me that like button and that subscribe button because these IPv6 addresses are giving me a headache here already. IPv6 address and then 2001, right? Colon 0. Maybe I gotta move that window open. Maybe that's what I gotta do. And I can't copy and paste, so that makes it even worse. 0 0 1 1 0 colon, my bad, colon 0 0 1 colon 0 colon 2/64. And then let me double check that real quick. 0 1 0 colon 2 64. Yeah, that sounds about right. Shut that bad boy just in case. IP interface FA0/0. Oh, Jesus. I'm so tired. My bad, y'all.
346 minutes later.
IPv6 address 2001 colon 0 colon. What is that? P1R2. Look at this address chart and then 1 colon 2 colon. Let's see 0 1 2 colon and another 2 right there /64. Let me double check that one. 012::2. Yep, I just want to triple check my work here. And notice, y'all see how we did the 010 right here, right? I believe what happens is when you have a 0 with no numbers in between it, because remember, there's supposed to be like, I believe, like 8 sets of numbers in here. What it does is it kind of abbreviates it. That's why it kind of shortens the number. Notice, watch, 0102, right? And then 0122, right? When we press enter, and we do a show IPv6 interface brief, and you see it got rid of the zeros there. Got rid of the zeros there, and I believe it got rid of the 0. Did it get rid of the 0 there in front of that too? What did it get rid of? No, it just got rid of this 0 right here. That's what it did. So when you got a 0 in between those, it just kind of concatenates it, right? And I believe you can only do that one time. That's the reason why this one stayed, and this one, not one time. You can do it, yeah, you can just do it one time. I believe it is. I can't remember what the rule is. I can't remember. Y'all refresh me with the rule. What he said. Lee McMillan in the building. Appreciate that. He said, bruh, was just reading IPv6. Yeah, how fitting, right? IPv6 will give a headache. It really will, man, especially when you're typing these addresses, man. That's why I was like, oh, we could do this live real quick, just as long as there's no configuring IPv6 address. And sure enough,
No, God!
saw it said we're going to have to configure these addresses. We're going to go to router 3 and then router 4, and I believe we're going to knock these out, right? We got to do router 3 and configure that address, and then that address. Then we're going to go to router 4 and configure that address, and configure that address. Let me stop talking and get those going, right? Interface. What is it? FA. Let me see. Yeah, FA 0/0. Jesus. 0. And then IPv6 address 2001 colon. It's like data entry. The fuck, man. This is what you got me. This is why, like, I love these labs, but then when they have us do this stuff, man, where it's like, you know, wash, rinse, repeat type of shit. Colon 3 colon 3. Imagine they didn't have DHCP version 6. And you got to do this, right? Y'all know what DHCP is, right? DHCP is the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It's a protocol that we use to hand out IP addresses to devices, right? Well, imagine we have 100 devices on our network. We have to have, and we had to manually configure these IP addresses, right? So DHCP allows us to automatically hand these IP addresses out, right? Well, they have the IPv6 version of it, which is DHCP version 6. And those will hand out these IP addresses out. Imagine we didn't have DHCP and we had to manually type these addresses in for every device that's out there, right? You can look at your cell phone right now. That has a DHCP version 6 IP address, believe it or not, right? Because IPv6 is the wave, right? 3:3/64. I believe that was correct there. I'm going to look at it, double check it, triple check it. I think that one's good. 3:3. That was supposed to be the serial number. See, that's why, you see? Let me triple check. Yeah. So FA0 is supposed to be 1-3. So let me do this. 0. So it's 113. Let me triple check real quick. Yeah, it's 1. See, check that. 0, 1, 1. And if we get this wrong, you know, we could click the grade button and then yeah, I think that's it right there. That's what we're supposed to do with that guy. And then the other one is serial 0, like this, IPv6 address. We just do grade and we'll see what we got wrong. So that's what I love about this application. And if you're just tuned in to this channel, right, y'all hit the like button and the subscribe button. And when you visit boson.com, they are running a special for Black Friday special. Just put in the code Cyber22, I believe it is. Yeah, Cyber22, and they're running a Black Friday sale on this application right here, right? So 2001 colon, and now back to our regularly scheduled program, right? Colon 0 is that 000, right? Yep. So 0 1 colon 3 colon. Make sure I get this right now. He's serial 0, so he's 3:3. That's what I was looking at. 3:3/64 We almost done, y'all. We almost done, y'all. 64. So this was a quick lab, but let me see. It's see here I got wrong. I got this one wrong. Let me see. Colon like that, I believe it's supposed to be. So 2001 and then 0. I'm gonna look at that real quick. There's too many colons right here. He's supposed to be, I think that's what it was supposed to be, just like that right there. I could have just click up because I already typed that address in there. So I believe that's what's supposed to be 3::3. And the other one's 1::3. So yeah, that's a serial interface. So yeah, the feeling ain't fair. Show IPv6 interface brief. Triple check our work. I believe we are good there. No, we are not. You see that? Y'all take a look at this right here, right?
You stupid.
I configured 2 IP addresses on this guy right here. So we need to remove one of those guys. See, you could actually, and this is, I'm glad we did this. We made a mistake here. We were supposed to go to the serial 0 interface and configure that IP address. And I'm glad we checked our work, right? You could actually configure more than one IP address on a IPv6 address on an interface. So let's go back to global config mode. Go to interface FA00 0/0, and he is not. Let's see, FA00 is not 13. So that's his address, the 33. No, FA00 is supposed to be 13. So that's 33. So this is the one that's not. Click know this. Can you do that? No IPv6 address? You can't do that? Oh, you got to do a space. Space. Enter. There we go. And then show our work again. Show IPv6 interface brief. It's like, man, it's like goddamn data entry. That's all this is, man. The serial is 0 now. I believe it's so 13 is a Cepheid. Yeah, that's correct. Now that's correct. That looks a little bit better. So global config mode, and see, even just simple stuff like this. Always check your work. Always check. Know your show. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. Know your show, meaning know your show commands, right? IPv6 address, and he is the actually. Let me see. Serial is the 3.3. That's what it is. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Get rid of that. No, there. Press enter.
You stupid.
And then show IPv6 interface brief. That's what we was looking for. All right, that's what we look for. He's 3.3, and then he is 1.3. I believe we put a /64. Yep, that's the subnet mask. I believe we're good there. We'll go to router 4, right? This guy right over here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Right? We already did that address, this address. We just need to do this guy right here. And I think, I don't know if we're gonna put them in EIGRP or not. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't done this lab, so I'm doing it with y'all. Finally, we're gonna go to interface serial 0/0. I'm sorry, so 0. So used to doing that. IPv6 address. He is 20:1:0:3:4/64. Believe that's right. Let me take a look at it. That looks good. And then we're gonna go to the FA00 interface, FA0/0. And we give them the IPv6 address of, I believe, the same thing, but we're gonna do 2.4. So 2.4 like that. And then let me take a look at it real quick. 012. That looks good.
That was easy.
Press enter. Show our work with what? Show IPv6 interface brief. 3.4, 1.4. I'm sorry, 3.4 is the serial. Yes. And then 2.4 is the FA00 interface. That looks good. That looks good. All right. Let's see what was the other tasks. Jesus Christ. Verify the IPv6 configuration on the routers, which we did with the IPv6 commands. Verify that each router is able to ping. Man, what is this, man? They just had us configure addresses and ping them, man. Whatever. And verify each router is able to ping its locally configured IPv6 addresses. So, all right, let's do that. You want to play this game? Ping IPv6, and then let's ping his. So you're saying is able to ping? They're not saying ping each other. Let's do that. Let's do this. 2001:. 1:2:4. Press enter. We got a timeout there. Is it 012? Oh, I forgot to put a 0 there. That's why.
You are so dumb.
Let me try that.
You are really dumb.
0,
For real.
2, 1, right? Let me triple check that. Let me triple check that. 012:4. Yeah, let me try that. 0:124. Press enter. Now we got to reply. There we go.
That was easy.
That's what I was looking for. See, these addresses are like really hard to type, man. That's the hard part about IPv6, man. These addresses are just so long, man. Oh yeah, he said IPv6 give you a headache. Yeah, man, it gives you a headache. And I'm not gonna ping all of these guys because these addresses are way too long. And I'll just make this a 3-hour stream trying to type IPv6 addresses. Last step was to verify that each router can ping the IPv6 of the internal router to which it's connected to via its FA interface, the fast Ethernet interface. This is basically what they want us to do. I'll show y'all real quick, and I'm just gonna do one of them because, like I said, these addresses are way too long. Let me just have him ping. Do we have EIGRP neighbors? Because let me just see if we got some neighbors here. Show IPv6 EIGRP neighbors. They're not even neighbors. I don't even know why they call this lab. What do they call this lab? EIGRP version 6 configuration. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. There is no EIGRP on this. So, you know what? Whatever. Oh, you know what? I can ping these guys right here like this. I can copy this part rather than type it. I like that. Let's do this. Let's go to this guy. Let's go to router 2 and have him ping. The other guy. Go to router 2. Oh, you know what? I don't think the paste worked. Oh, it does work on here. Oh, thank God. All right. Ping. Press enter. Oh, I gotta put a space there. Duh.
You are so
Press
dumb.
enter.
You are really dumb. For real.
Yeah, we gotta reply. That's good enough, man. I'm not gonna sit here and ping all of them. I'm pretty sure they all work, man. But we got this one to ping. We could ping across, but like I said, these addresses are too long. Let me do one more. I'll do one more, just for anybody that's like, well, you ping the whole network. Let's do router 4 and have him ping 013, which is, where's he at? 013. Let's go triple check. 2013. So I'm gonna have him ping 2001:013:4. So 013. Where's that at? 013. Oh, that's himself pretty much. Which I'm pretty sure that's gonna work. Let's do something else. I want to do something that's away from him. Yeah, that's all they do is make him ping himself. Let's do this. I'm gonna have router 2. This is what they did. They had router 2 ping 0124. Where's that at? 0124. Okay, so this guy right here, that guy, this guy from router 2. I have him ping that right there, and that's all I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna call it a night. Go back to the lab, ping. Press enter.
That was easy.
We got the replies, so we're good to go. I typically stream Monday through Thursday, sometime between 6 and 9. Lately, I've been streaming at 9 o'clock because it's just a lot much easier for me to stream on those days. I try to lab every day, but lately I haven't. But I'm gonna try to do my best to stream as much as I can with you guys. Next lab we're gonna do. Actually, let's do this grade. Let's see what we missing here. We're missing a bunch of stuff. You missed one or more commands here. Let's see. What are we missing? Any EIGRP? We forgot the loopbacks. Oh, okay. We forgot the loopbacks. Probably loopbacks on all of them. Let's see. Yeah, we forgot the loopbacks. Let's just do that. Let's go back and do that. We'll do it. Resume lab. Let's do that. Router 1. Go to global config mode. And he is router IP. Which interface is that? Is it loopback they want us to do? Let me triple check. Because they didn't really say. Yeah, it's the loopback. But it's got to be an IPv6 address. Jesus Christ. All right. What he said. Make sure y'all join the Discord server too. On there, I will let you know. There's a link at the top of the chat right there. We got Big Germ in the building. Big Germ, Big Perm.
Boom, Bam.
I'll play the whole thing for y'all. But yeah, make sure you join the Discord server. There's a link at the top of the chat that lets you know. From there, I'll let you know if I like cancel my stream or if I'm gonna push it back or what time exactly I'm gonna stream because it kind of varies. I don't have a steady schedule. Been trying to do that, but it's kind of difficult. So it was the loopbacks, I believe they're doing it on. Interface loopback 0 and IPv6 address is 1.1.1. No, it's 1: like that. 1:1:1:1, and then 1/64. And we got to do the same thing on the other guys, I believe. Then we can do a great lab. Look at me, man. He's 2.2. So we get them the ping, but they needed router IDs as well. So, and that's just for the go to loopback 0 IPv6 address. He is 2, right? So 2:2:2:2:2:2. No, that's not what they wanted for him. Let's see. They wanted a different address for him. Oh, I can copy and paste. That's right. I can copy and paste. Let me see. Oh, that's right. There it is right there. It's in the address guide. There it is. Thank God for the copy and paste. Oh, thank God. That's what they wanted. They wanted this to be his address. Bloop. Enter. Go to router 3. Copy and paste that address for the addressing guide. I just realized I could have copied and pasted all those other addresses too.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You know what? I think the when you have this application locally installed on your computer and you try to do the copy and paste, that feature don't work. But I'm using the online version. See, I'm using a web browser, right? So I'm running an online version. That I believe that looks like you can copy and paste, and I didn't know that till now. I don't think. Interface loopback 0. His IPv6 address is this, and in router 4, his address is this. And you know what? Once I next time I stream using this application, I'm gonna make sure I do the online version because the one that's locally installed don't allow you to do this. So this really helped out right here. Address. Oops, my bad. You got to go to the interface of loopback 0. Ours. IPv6 address. That's his address. Great lab. What are we missing now? We completed lab successfully. That's pretty much it. Stay tuned tomorrow for another lab, which we'll be doing is, where is it at? The NRC labs we're doing. I'm going to do EIGRP authentication. We got time, we'll do both of those labs. We go all the green check marks is what we've done so far. I forgot why I didn't do these. I think because I did it on the local version. That's probably why. And they don't sync together. So make sure you stream tomorrow, or you tune in tomorrow. What else I wanted to tell y'all? Yeah, make sure you go to boson.com and then you can get a copy of this application. They're running a Black Friday sale up until I think the end of November. Put in the code CYBER22 and then you can get like I think 30% off or 20% off. I can't remember. But again, boson.com. Now comment, like, subscribe to the network.
Bruh.